Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kule. So today we'll be making this lovely jumpsuit. It's a kimono jumpsuit, but I call it boho jumpsuit. I've made up to 10 pieces of this jumpsuit, guys. They are lovely. So let's get started. You get your underbust. If your underbust is 15, you add 1 inch. You're adding 1 inch because of the elastic waistband. It has an elastic waistband, and I will make it 4, so I minus 2 from the upper part, 2 from the down part. So you just get your underbust 15 plus 1, you add 1, that is total of 16. So after joining it will go back to the 15. After getting your measurement, you take your shoulder measurement, then you do your across shoulder measurement. But I use total everything that I use for the width, that is the wideness. I use 20 on fold. I use 27 inches. If you really want it to the front and the upper part to be full, then maybe use 20, between 25 to 27. So for the neck width, I used 4.5. You can use 5. For the length, I used 7. For the width, 4.5 to 5. Then for the length of the neck, I used 5. So I came down from the edge, I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and that is it for the front. This is easy. The back and the front is equal, like it's the same. There's no difference. The neckline and everything, you don't have to do smaller neckline for the back. Just cut exactly the same thing, place it on the fabric and cut out exactly the same thing that you are seeing. That is it for the front. We have the upper part ready and set. So let's cut out the, so this is the back. I've gone ahead to cut the back and the front, and this is the way it is looking already. So I know the front of the fabric and the back of the fabric, and this is it. So let's cut out the band that we'll use for the band that we are going to smoke. Is not really elastic, it's a smoky band. You have to smoke the band. So whatever you have 27. That should be what you cut, but no, I'm not going to cut up to that 27 because of the thread. Some are stretchy, some are not stretchy. So when you cut bigger part and the thread is not straight, you notice that it will come out looking, it will not really straight. So I'm using, for the length, I use 23 for the length. For the width, for the length, I use 6 inches instead of 4. So after smoking it, if we cut exactly 4, after smoking it will come out like 2 inches. So I use, for the length I use 4, for the width I use 22. That is it for the back. So you just cut, unfold, use it to cut. This is for the front, then use it, place it and cut out the back. Just cut the same thing, exactly the same thing for the back and the front. This is the band. So when you smoke it, it will come back to 4 inches. Then for the facing of the front, the back facing, the back and front facing, they are the same. But if you have enough fabric, you just go ahead and cut. Maybe you just want to cut it like the lining, but if your fabric is not enough, you just cut a facing. Then you take your front and the back, you place it this way. Draw the line. Draw exactly the line. Then after drawing it, you draw here. So after making it, then you come down by 4, 5, any amount that you want. I'm using 4. 4 by, let me say 4 by 4.5. So use 4.5 here. Draw maybe slant curve line. So this is the one you use for the back facing. Now to cut out the pockets, you place your fabric on fold as if you are making a skirt, a gown. So you place it on fold, then place your arm, place your hand on it. You place it this way, then you rule it out. Follow the curve of your fingers. That is, just connect it from the back. Then from the back, this place that you are looking at, you extend it, then give it a curve. Just follow the way I'm doing it. Then if you want it bigger, you extend the lines, no matter the inches that you want, you just extend it. So this is the size that I want to use, and it will fit perfectly. Then please give it a slant curve, and that is it for the pocket. Our pocket is ready. This easy, simple, and nice.
So for the rope that you attach to the back, it depends on your preference, the length that you want, to use. So let me measure this length. 31. I'll just use the 31. Then you cut out 1.5. The length will be, you don't need to place it on fold. Look at it's not on fold. Just 1.5. If you place it on fold, it will be 3. So after saying it, you just have maybe 1.5, or maybe before that 0.5, maybe 1.25. Use 1.25 instead of 1.5. 1.25. You cut it down. Then just cut it a little. Right? Draw it. Okay. It will be hard for you to turn, because I'll sew it and turn it. If it will be hard for you to turn, then make it 1.5. I'll just sew a little bit, turn it. Then I'll do the same thing. 1.25. And let me just use 1.5. 1.5. So you go something that is big, use 1.5. 1.5. Any length you want. So for the trouser, I've drafted it out already. I've cut it out already because it's the same thing as a palazzo trouser. The only difference is that you add maybe your hip. You use your hip as your waist measurement. Just from waist to down is equal, like to be equal. You minus your 2 inches because of the band. That smoky band. Sorry. Because of the smoky band that you add, you just have to minus 2 inches. The upper part is the same thing. Just the way you draft your palazzo trouser, you just equal. Okay, this one is the back. Just watch. I have a video on how to draft a palazzo trouser. It's just the same thing. So here is the front part. You remove 2 inches. You get. I used, because of I don't really know her height. She's by a line client, so I don't really know her height. And I've been making clothes for her, and this is the measurement that I'm using. So I used 9.5 for her hip location, then added 1 inch for the crotch to get the crotch length. So I used the normal palazzo trouser pattern that I use in drafting and this thing to just draft out this one. So I didn't really use her hip measurements here, but it's still okay because I added 2 inches allowance. So for yours, whatever you use, if it's something that you use for your hip, use it for your waist, because you will still gather it with a smoky thread. You will gather the waist, and that is it. Just off your this thing, your band, off your 2 inches band. Because when you attach it plus that 2 here, remember it's 4 inches band that I'm going to attach. 2 will go to up, 2 will go to down. That is it. Everything will now be complete. You just use your underbust, then added 1 inch. After attaching it to the jumpsuit, that 1 inch will go. So the remaining part, I'll attach the upper part, then the down part. So it's exactly the way you cut your jumpsuit. Just for the hip is 40, just the same 40, bring it up. You don't even need to start covering hip. You don't need to cover it because you don't need it to have a hip fluff. It's just a free something. So just do it the same thing. You cut out your crouch, and that is it. So I'll make a tutorial on how to sew this in another video because this one is already long. Let me not just make it that long. I'll make a fresh tutorial on how to join everything. And this jumpsuit is